The primary goal of EMO project is to develop a robotic face that can enhance interactions between human and robot. We are particularly focused on improving nonverbal communication skills, which are crucial for making those interactions more natural and engaging. As robots become more advanced and complicated, like those powered by AI models, there's a growing need to make these interactions more intuitive. EMO adjusts this by using its 26 motors, soft skin, and the camera-embedded eyes, so it can perform a responsive nonverbal communications and also like eye contact and the facial expressions. EMO is equipped with several AI models, including detect human faces, controlling facial actuators to mimic facial expressions, and even anticipating human facial expressions. This allows EMO to interact in a way that feels timely and genuine. Our next step involves integrating verbal communication capabilities. This will allow EMO to engage in a more complex and natural conversations.
We vote on the provisional agreement, Amendment 532 by roll call. Vote is open. Vote is closed. And it is adopted, and therefore the first reading of Parliament is closed.
from single-use plastic to another material. There's just another impact that comes with that. Be more ambition, and yeah, it needs to be sure actually that's implemented at the first place.
Overall, we are happy to have the first time policy that addresses prevention and reuse of packaging. Nevertheless, it's just a step forward. The legislation was affected by immense lobbying from the industry and actually showed how the industry has the power to influence legislation, and we need to move towards the implementation of the legislation at national level to ensure that it's enforceable and it has greater impacts.
Pointed by the fact that actually should have gone farther. One element as well is, of course, another member states. As I said, most member states are failing to comply already with that directive. What is really important are three things, I would say. One is to advance sustainability of packaging. The second thing is to ensure that while we do so, we don't forget about the functions that packaging has. So, protecting the product, protecting the consumers, allowing products to be transported. And third, to have harmonized rules that prevent barriers to emerge across member states. This last point certainly is one we're not that happy with the result, even though we will have a regulation which in principle provides more harmonized rules. In practice, there are lots of possibilities still for national government to introduce unilateral measures that ultimately can result in market barriers. Regulation? Yes, so certainly it's a regulation that sets the right. What I like to underline is that industry is not waiting for regulation to implement these changes. So these changes are already undergoing. There are already massive investments that are happening because you don't change packaging overnight. There is a long process. It's done very closely between the producers and the users of packaging because you have to test them and making sure that the safety and quality property of the product are not altered. So it's a huge process that lasts years. And that's what I'm trying to say, that the regulation is supporting that change, but it's already started.
So one of the biggest loopholes in the packaging regulation is from the paper industry. They got exemptions from the market restrictions. For instance, the bans, they only address single-use plastic and not paper. And also from the reuse targets, e-commerce packaging does not address paper-based, which is the majority is this material. And most of the packaging used in Europe are actually paper-based packaging comes from Brazil, which leads towards deforestation, biodiversity loss.
Justice, you say how? Hands off Rafah now! Hands off Rafah now! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Thank you everyone for coming out. Give it up for yourselves. Woo! Holding ourselves up and honoring the martyrs! Woo! Joe has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Say Joe has got to go! We're here on! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! One of us been on them! One of us been on them!
You are murdering human beings and children.
Shame!
And you have betrayed us. And you are not welcome here.
No, you're not!
Do the right thing, President Joe Biden. Free Palestine.
Free
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Noah Webster said, education without the Bible is useless. And that's true. That's true. But make sure you obey her now. Make sure you obey her. Jesus, great things to be able to be heard from the Lord. What do you do if we keep using it? Something that you have to stop for now. Oh my God, you're right. One day you're going to die.
Estoy en contra de la política de Biden a favor del aborto porque destruye todos nuestros ciudadanos. Estamos para apoyar a los ciudadanos, no para destruirlos.
Rachel Moscoso. I'm with Americans for Prosperity, and we're here today to see President Biden and get our message across that his economic policies are hurting everyday Americans. Website he doesn't want you to see is Bidenomics.com. Americans for Prosperity, we would like to see him stop reckless government spending. We would like to see less regulations for everyday Americans, and we would all like to have more money in our pockets to pursue our dreams. That's why we're out here today.
Everyone, it's Show here. As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is their ultimate goal. It's obviously a disappointing moment, but it does not need to be a defining one. It's actually ironic because the freedom of expression on TikTok reflects the same American values that make the United States a beacon of freedom. TikTok gives everyday Americans a powerful way to be seen and heard, and that's why so many people have made TikTok part of their daily lives. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again. Our community is filled with people who have found acceptance and compassion, offered inspiration and encouragement, increased their awareness, and broadened their perspectives, ultimately adding more delight and joy to their lives. Our community is also filled with 7 million business owners who have built their livelihoods on TikTok. While we make our case in court, you'll still be able to enjoy TikTok like you always have. In fact, if you have a story about how TikTok impacts your life, we would love for you to share it to showcase exactly what we're fighting for. Meanwhile, we will continue to invest and innovate to keep our community vibrant, exciting, and safe. Through our US data security efforts, we have built safeguards that no other peer company has made. We have invested billions of dollars to secure your data and keep our platform free from outside manipulation. I can't say this enough. This extraordinary diverse community is what makes TikTok so special, what makes it matter, and what makes it meaningful. And we'll keep working to ensure you will always have the opportunity, the safety, and the freedom to enjoy all TikTok has to offer.